like we're going up these. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today I've fetched it on a day visit. We're at a place called Dale Abbey, somewhere not too far from where I live. It's a quiet place. In 1130, a baker from Derby, who we believe his name was Cornelius, had a calling from, he supposedly had a dream, and Jesus' mum, Mary, basically told him to come out here, leave his normal life, and to come out here and carve a home for himself, live in solitude, carve a home for himself in a sandstone cliff. So that's where I've brought you today, and this is his dwelling. So from 1130 to 1150, Cornelius lived here in silent prayer, just carved all this out from sandstone. Wow, it's a bit of an achievement if you ask me. Just with a chisel, I expect. I don't know if you can see that. This part was his prayer quarters. Trying to pick that cross up on that wall. You might just be able to see the outline of it. I'll get some more light on that shortly. But God, what a feat. Now this cave, you can see where people have scribbled their names on the walls, which there is a sign asking you not to, but it's a shame people think they have to do that. This cave is now a listed monument, and the reason we're here today is the ghost of Cornelius has been seen around these parts. Apart from a few birds twittering, can't hear any traffic noise because we're about a mile or so away from the main road. Yeah, Cornelius didn't have a bad view, did he really? It's all hillside down there, as you can see. This is called officially the Hermitage Cave. So, you know, kind of like the Hermitage hermit crab, living in isolation, alone in a shell, which is what this is. I'm not quite sure what the squares are up there. Maybe it had a bit of a lean-to, I guess. But for now, just going to ask out and see what we can find. I'll see if you can see that. Spirit Talk has just said, environment and dark energy everywhere. Oh, it's a bit blurry on camera, but there it is. So we're going to leave Spirit Talk on for a bit, see what it comes up with. If I can ask out, with respect to the spirit of Cornelius, the baker from Derby, were you truly a baker who left all his life behind to come out here and carve this? Light. Now, there is a spot there where obviously it's being repaired with modern brick. That must have caved in a little bit. Oh, I've got the most beautiful sound of leaves falling around me. So peaceful here. What did you see in your vision? What brought you here, Cornelius? Did you live here alone? Or did others visit you in prayer? Did you bless those who came to see you? There's some more steps going up that hill, I think. Beware. Beware of what? Oh gosh. Right, okay. Sounds like... Oh, it's a squirrel. I knew I could hear something up there moving in them trees. A squirrel and a pigeon. Ooh. Spirit talker said beware. What have I got to beware of? Oh, there's a dog coming. You see that dog? There he is. That dog. Patricia. I'm not associated with that name with this place. Cornelius, if you're here with me, please step forward. I mean you no harm. I only come with respect for you and your story, which I'd really like to hear. Bad entities here. I'm getting bad vibes, guys, really. We've got bad energy everywhere and bad entities here. So, Cornelius, was this place built for solitude or something more divine? You obviously built it for prayer, going by the cross carvings. Do you still feel peace here? Or has it changed?
Your fear is my nap time.
Your fear is my nap time. A strange thing to say. Over here. It's the strangest thing. Can you imagine how long it took him to build that? Cornelius, I know you lived here for 20 years. It must have took you... I don't know how long it took you to build this out of this sandstone face, but gosh, it's not like you had any modern tools. Are you content that your sanctuary still stands? I mean, so in the 1100s, so really 1,000 years have gone by. Not quite, well, 900 years. And it's still here. Regardless of, I don't know, war, the weather. It's a great testament to your devotion to it, Cornelius. I don't know who owned that black dog, but it's shot off. Okay.
Go right.
Go right. If I go right, I'm falling down this hill. So I might pass on that one. Go right from here, it takes me to the steps. Cornelius, do you still recognise the prayers carved in these walls? Is this still your holy place? Now here I didn't think I'd need my torches, so they're at home. So I've just have my phone torch on. What that hole's for? But there you can clearly see. Somebody's very kindly come along and graffitied it. I wish people would leave things alone. Oh, is that some kind of chimney? I don't know. Let me describe that. 8th of the 7th, 1978. Gosh. So quiet. Well, that's obviously the part what's been rebuilt, because don't forget this is a designated monument, so it's got to be looked after. Kept as original as possible, yeah, but it's got to be looked after. Wonder what those holes were for. Maybe it had some kind of door there once upon a time. Up here as well. I think there's someone coming. I can hear a dog chain collar thingy. Fascinating place. Cornelius, are you still here with us? Please come forward. Tell us what your solitude was like. Did you find the peace that you so clearly wanted here? Spirit Talker's just said cut. Oh, you certainly cut a hole in this big cliffside. And you probably ended up with cut fingers, if you want to go down that route. A labour of love for sure, but you obviously felt it was worth it.
I've been here 150 years.
I think you've been here longer than 150 years. This cave dates back 900 years. 1130, to be precise. And then in 1150, you went into Dale Abbey and built a small dwelling.
The rumours are true.
Next to the church, next to Dale Abbey Church. What rumours? What rumours are true? And tell me what those rumours are, or were, and why they're true. I have to say, viewers, I'm quite glad I didn't come here at night, because that hillside, mind you, I suppose it's not on a par with Pendle Hill, but there's so many wet leaves and it's treacherous coming up, never mind getting down. But at least it's not windy. So I'll just have a walk around this side. So there's a path that goes up and round this side. And there's a path that goes up and round that side. So shortly, I'll see if I can get up it.
Stream.
Is any spirit person here with us? Can you come and touch
No
us
leave.
goodbye? I'm holding in my hand.
Wait.
I promise it won't hurt you. All you have to do is reach out and touch it. And you'll just see lots of different colours. It is on, viewers. I've never known the MF meter to be so quiet.
You're dead inside.
You're dead inside. Ooh, I hope not. I like to think I'm full of life inside. Full of life, light and energy. Can you channel my energy to come and speak to me, please? Can you touch my hand? Can you touch my face?
Oracle.
Can you blow on it? Can you blow on my face? And I know you're there. or make some kind of definitive noise. The local landowner at the time, Cornelius, came across you one day and granted you patronage of this bit of land, and you built your own well to get your own water. Failure. Well, I don't see it as you failed. Lived here quite happily for 20 years in solitude and prayer. Didn't bother anyone. Lived alone. And what you did inspired the Canon monks to build Dale Abbey. He killed. Who killed who? Tell me the story. So viewers, I've just climbed this step hill. The Hermit's Cave is just beyond that ridge. So, I just got to the top and Spirit Talker immediately said, "Look up, I'm here." So, that way's a path. And that way's a path. So this story, you are valued. Thank you. So are you. And your history. So this wood isn't exclusive to the hermit, Cornelius, who carved his cave. Now, when Dale Abbey was closed, along came Henry VIII and declared, no, it's not making enough money, we're going to close it down. So, as I said earlier, there was one canon who didn't want that to happen, and is supposedly fallen in love with a local girl. So far, Spirit Talkers told me 3 names. That's Sarah, Patricia, and coming up those steps, it said Abigail. So, like I said, I'm going to do some research on that and dig a bit deeper, see if I can find out if this girl's name's ever recorded. So, the Canon monk, who I suppose didn't want his lifestyle to end, unfortunately, and I've just been talking to... You better hide. I've just been talking to the local landowner on the farm over there. He told me what I already knew, that the monk came up here and hung himself. And his spirit has been seen many times. His monk, his brown habit, he wears that, and he's often got his head bowed in prayer, and is seen mainly at dusk, sometimes at dawn, but mainly at dusk. So looking out over towards where the abbey ruins are. It's such a sad story. Did he really have to do that? He must have felt compelled to take his own life. It's always tragedy. So this wood goes round. There's another path down there. I could see the start of the stone steps down. I'm not sure where that bit goes. Just going to walk over here. bit more windy up here, readers, so I have to watch my wind levels on my camera. Oh, it's a pretty view. And over there, on this tree there, is a trail camera what I've just spotted. So, okay, looking after your land, no problem with that. You never know. Torture. You never know, it might have once picked up on Cornelius or this tragic monk. You never know. It's a beautiful view though, beyond those trees. And to those who know this area well, I've just spotted a glimpse of Cat and Fiddle Windmill. So you know where I am.
Thompson.
I'm on the valley right opposite. Thompson. There's another name. Was that your surname, Cornelius? Thompson. Or was it the monk's surname? Everyone had a name. Could well have been. Like I said, every name Spirit Talker gives me, I research it, dive a bit deeper, see what I can find. So that'll be coming up on my after show programme, if you like, let's call it that. I'll follow up. Before I do that, readers, before I make my way down, which I'd just started, Spirit Talker piped up with F-U-C-K and stupid. So, does that mean I'm a stupid? I don't know. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? So I've just reached back down to the bottom, viewers. The horses are now explained. There you go. Horse training happening here. That's why I saw the horses on the footpath. So this path is where the monk has been seen walking between the cave and Dale Abbey. So, and I might add, some houses closer towards the nearest village, which I know quite well. One lady who's a resident there, her house overlooks this whole site. So, she told a friend of mine that she'd seen a group of monks walking towards the abbey. Now that house that she lives in has not been there very long, maybe about 60 years or so. But she saw them monks. Not that long ago either. So which all ties in with the recorded sightings of these monks in this area. So this is a question for the monk, the restless spirit who can't seem to find peace, who's been seen walking in between Hermit's Cave and Dale Abbey ruins. Were you one of the canons from the nearby abbey? If you're here, please step forward and let me know your part, your history. Did you return here when the abbey fell?
You were free.
You were free. Well, it doesn't sound like you're free. Or do you choose to walk between the cave and the abbey? Of your own will? Were you the monk who could not leave when the others went? Was it because of this local girl who you fell in love with, but wouldn't have been allowed to stay with her? Because of the vows you took? I believe the Catholic vows at that time had a vow of celibacy, I think. Don't quote me. Did you meet a tragic end here? Drain. Do you still guard this place? I mean, very obviously it's daylight, readers, but I'm still hearing twigs breaking. They're not very loud. They're not branches or anything, they're just twigs, and I can hear them. Every now and again I hear one snap. Oh, there is a local house down there. Were you devoted to prayer even after death? It's probably fair to say you weren't a fan of King Henry VIII, whose idea it was to effectively rid the land of all monasteries unless you were making a proper profit, which Dale Abbey wasn't. And Thomas Cromwell, who was the architect of it all, who, viewers, was later beheaded. Great servant he was, a loyal servant. Do you walk between the ruins and the caves still today? Because you have been seen a few times. I just have to show you this, viewers. See that? That's a fallen tree. That's nearly the top of it. Look how big that is. Wow. It's obviously fell from here. Look at that. Gosh, that's massive. My little hand.
I did something bad.
A massive root ball. Right. Do I go
I was treated bad.
that way or this way? I think I'll stick to the bottom path this time. It's not quite as slippy and precarious. Spirit Talkers just said I did something bad. Okay. What was it what you did? And what is your name? I'd really like to know your name. Who am I talking to, please? My name's Deb. Am I talking to Cornelius or the spirit of a monk? Apparently he's watching me. So well, if this is your eternal path, what you walk, there and back to the cave, I dare say you'd watch a lot of people. Well, viewers, I found it. Dale Abbey remains, where the path from between here and Hermit's Wood, which is up there on that valley. A single monk has been spotted. Sadly, that monk is the one who hung himself at this location, and this is the only, what's remaining of Dale Abbey. It's quite awesome, really. So this is a beautiful east window. Calling out to the spirit of the monk, the Canon, who ended his life here. Do you remember when the abbey was taken by the king? Did you hear the bells ring here, even once? Oh, it must have been enormous, because that's only one of the windows. Do you feel sorrow for what became of this place? We've stripped everything. Its roof, its walls, everything. Do you still hear your brothers chanting in these ruins? Canon, does the ground still hold your memories here? It's very sad that you thought you had to take your own life. I suppose you had your own reasons for doing that. Please see me. Is that what Spirit Talkers just said? You see me. Come and touch me, Canon. Touch my hand. See my hand? It's right there. Authenticity. Well, this is certainly authentic. Thanks, Edward VIII, for ripping it to pieces. Because it weren't making enough money. As usual, everything comes back to money. Does the silence here comfort you, or remind you of what's gone? Gosh, there's literally only just Satan. Interesting. Okay. The pillars are still there, and some footstones. Apart from that, I'm not sure if that once had an inscription on it. I'm not sure, but it's not there anymore. So, this is the ruins of Dale Abbey. What has to be said is a magnificent east window, what's left. So, it's rumoured that this monk, and indeed a group of monks, have been spotted walking between here and that cave. So, but the cave was like an inspiration, if you like, of what Cornelius did up there, living in solitude for 20 years. And it's what inspired the building of this, although it was done a couple of 100 years later and then destroyed for good in the 1500s. So, but all its histories, both histories linked together. So it's a very interesting place. I'm listening, okay. Can't hear a great deal, only birds twittering. So we're going to end this one here now, viewers. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Little bit of local history for you from my neck of the woods, well, where I live anyway. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's see what audio picks up, because there's always something hiding in my audio. But we'll see. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Bye.